For most of us, sugar is just another ingredient. It sweetens our tea, our desserts, our celebrations. It feels harmless, ordinary, even joyful. But behind this everyday sweetness lies one of the darkest and most painful human histories ever written. The story of sugar is not just about taste. It is a story of blood, chains, stolen lives, and entire civilizations crushed for profit. Thousands of years ago, sugar was unknown to most of the world. Only a few regions understood how to extract sweetness from sugarcane. At that time, it was treated like medicine, rare and valuable. But everything changed when global trade expanded. Suddenly, Europe developed an unstoppable hunger for sweetness. And once that hunger began, it was never satisfied. Sugar was no longer just food. It became money, power, control. Plantations spread across tropical lands at terrifying speed. Forests were cleared. Entire ecosystems were destroyed. But the greatest destruction was not environmental, it was human. To grow and process sugarcane required brutal manual labor. Cutting the cane under burning sun, carrying massive loads, crushing the stalks, boiling the juice, all of it was exhausting, dangerous, and deadly. Plantation owners knew free people would never accept such inhuman work, so they turned to forced labor on a massive scale. Millions of men, women, and children were kidnapped, sold like animals, and transported across oceans in horrifying conditions. Packed tightly in dark ship holds, many died before even reaching land. Those who survived were sold into lives of endless suffering. Their names were erased, their families were torn apart, their freedom was gone forever. On the plantations, life expectancy was shockingly short. Disease spread rapidly, injuries were common, punishments were cruel and public. People were worked until their bodies collapsed, then replaced with new victims. For plantation owners, it was cheaper to buy new human lives than to care for the ones they already owned. Sugar created unimaginable wealth for a small group of people. Luxurious buildings, powerful banks, and empires were built on the backs of enslaved workers. While one part of the world enjoyed sweet tea and desserts, another part paid for that sweetness with sweat, tears, and death. And even after slavery was officially abolished, the cruelty did not truly end. Formerly enslaved people were trapped in debt, forced into exploitative contracts, and beaten into continued labor under new names and legal tricks. The system changed its shape, but not its nature. As sugar became cheaper and more abundant, it quietly entered every corner of daily life. It moved from being a luxury of the rich to an addiction of the masses. But this new phase brought a different kind of suffering. Excess sugar consumption began destroying health on a massive scale. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, silent epidemics born from the same substance once watered with human blood. Even today, sugar production in many parts of the world is still linked to child labor, unsafe working conditions, poverty wages, and environmental destruction. The faces have changed. The chains look different, but exploitation has not disappeared. What makes the story of sugar even darker is how rarely it is told. We learn about wars, kings, and inventions, but we are seldom taught how a simple white crystal reshaped global power, ruined countless lives, and built empires of cruelty disguised as commerce. Every spoon of sugar carries a hidden legacy, a legacy of suffering that still echoes in economic inequality, racial injustice, and broken communities across the world. The sweetness we enjoy today was made possible by generations of pain we no longer see. This is the true cost of sugar, not just in calories or currency, but in human lives. And until we acknowledge that history fully, the sweetness on our tongues will always carry a silent bitterness beneath it.